Hey, this is Brad from Montana Garage, and I just won the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy. Are you freaking kidding me? So what's next? Disneyland? And now, I gotta drive to Canada. All right, another day out here in the Montana Garage, and what a last couple days it's been. As the intro stated, I just found out 2 days ago that I won the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy. What a surprise and what an honor. I'm a faithful follower, a subscriber to Dan's channel. I watch almost every video the day they come out usually. So stoked and honored, super excited to get my hands on the car and see what we can do from there. But I spent all of yesterday, I had to work, I had a busy day at work, so I couldn't really, get on social media and thank people and answer a bunch of comments during the day. So when I got home from work, I spent all night last night looking at all the cool comments and trying to respond to as many of them as I could. So thanks everybody who's reached out. That was super cool. And one of the comments kept talking about how lucky I am. And yeah, man, I'm lucky to win that car. I feel like I haven't been super lucky the rest of my life. And the way my luck usually goes, if anybody, or for anybody that's been watching the channel for, the last few videos knows that one of the things I've been struggling with is getting heat out here in the shop. And the way my luck usually goes is I finally got it done. I got the heater up there. Where's it at? There it is. But I came out here yesterday and the whole shop smelled like propane. So it was working great, but now all of a sudden I have developed a propane leak apparently. So no heat today out in the Montana Garage. Or is it garage? I don't know how you Canadians say it. I'll have to watch Dan's video again to see how the proper way to say it is. I feel like I almost have to change the name of my channel now. So this video is going to be a little different than most of the videos that I make out here in the Montana Garage. I'm not going to be doing a lot of work on the car. Just kind of want to talk about the last couple days, when in the car, and what the plans for the car might be. So stick around to the end of this video and we will talk about how I received the call from Dan, why it took me 3 hours to return his call, and we'll talk about what we're going to do with the car. Or we don't know for sure yet, but I got some initial ideas and some plans, and nothing's really set in stone yet, but we'll talk about where we might be going. But first and foremost, I want to thank Dan and Danny over there at DD Speed Shop, building the car, getting all those cool sponsors, and then just giving it away. I mean, why would you do that? But I mean, they did it. And man, like I said before, I'm just so honored to be the lucky winner. And I know I have 2 Tri-5s out here in the shop. I'll do a quick shop tour here in a little bit. And people were, maybe they thought maybe it should have went to a guy that didn't already have Tri-5s. And I could see that. I actually told my son after I talked to Dan and Danny that I felt a little bit bad. I think everybody should experience a Tri-5 Chevy. Old cars, whatever, especially Tri-5 Chevys. To me, I've been a Tri-5 guy since as long as I can remember. But I feel like everybody should have the chance to experience these old cars, and the fact that I want it and I've already experienced, I felt a little bad, and then I was like, yeah, I don't feel that bad. It's Tri-5 Chevy. I want it. I'll take it. Anyways, thanks Dan and Danny. Hopefully, we can do some cool stuff here at the shop or at the Montana Garage with the car. And I know we've talked briefly, but we'll nail down some more for sure plans here in the future. Also, thanks to all my original subscribers that I have here at Montana Garage. For some reason, the subscriber count has increased, we'll say rapidly, over the last couple days. I guess we know what that reason is. I'm going to call it the DD Speed Shop effect. But I had close to 300 of you guys that watched me before this, and I got a lot of good feedback. I just hadn't been discovered by a lot of people, so hopefully I can use this opportunity now that Dan has exposed me to the world, as they say. I can use this opportunity to do some good with it and, you know, keep you guys sticking around. So thanks to that, thanks to the original subscribers, and of course thanks to the new subscribers who've came over that Dan sent over. I know a lot of you have already, like I said, made a lot of comments and been watching the older videos. Hope you like what you see, and there's more of that to come. All right, going back to the original subscribers for a little bit. Like I said, thanks again for all you guys that have been around for a while. Just kind of a strange coincidence that this is happening right now. I got a memory posted on my Facebook account today. My personal Facebook account. I do have a Montana Garage Facebook account that I have literally done zero with. I had to create that to like upgrade my Instagram account. But if you want to search out Montana Garage on Facebook, I will get over there soon and update that page. Like, there's literally nothing there other than Montana Garage, but I'm shocked at how many followers I have over there already. And then also Instagram. Strangely enough, my YouTube count has, you know, skyrocketed since this happened, but the Instagram account, you know, hasn't increased. It has, but not like the YouTube account. So anyways, I do a lot of stuff over on Instagram. If you want to, you know, cruise over there, Montana Garage on Instagram. I do a lot of, you know, just a lot of shorter, easier things. I'm a busy guy, so I don't have a lot of time out here in the shop, so it's easier for me to post little short things on Instagram, but obviously my plans are to be out here on YouTube a lot more. So anyways, back where I was going with this was the original the original subscribers that I have, and the coincidence is I got a memory on Facebook today that it was 1 year ago today that I posted a video on Facebook announcing to the world that I was going to start a YouTube account. I will try to throw that in right here maybe. Hey everybody, Brad out here in the Montana Garage working on a few small projects Christmas Eve morning. And I have decided it is time to share my talents or lack thereof with the world. So I am launching the Montana Garage YouTube channel. I mean, what the hell? Everybody else is doing it. Plus, I'm funny, talented, handsome, and I have what it takes to entertain the masses. If you don't believe me, just ask my mom. She'll tell you. So seriously, if you want to ask my mom any of that stuff about how smart or handsome I am, she'll let you know. I mean, you can't deny what mom has to say. Anyways, I just thought that was funny that was just 1 year ago today that I started YouTube, and now when I came out to the shop here, I was very close to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, obviously thanks to Dan and Danny over there at DD Speed Shop, but I think it was 983 or something. So I will be shocked and amazed if by the time I get back inside from messing around out here that next time I check it will probably be over 1,000 subscribers. And that's a big deal to me. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would get there. And again, obviously it's thanks to Dan and Danny, but I'm going to do my best to keep all those subscribers and keep earning some more. So anyways, thanks again to everybody. So what I want to do now, like I said, I know there's a lot of new people here. A lot of you guys have checked out some of the previous videos, but I want to do just a quick shop tour. I got some of this stuff out here that I'm working on. This is my 55 Chevy. This is hard to do when you're like looking backwards, but two-door post. I'm a member of the Tri-5 Mob, proud member. Those guys over there are great. It's kind of a closed group. You can follow Tri-5 Mob on Instagram. I think anybody can, but you gotta apply and be accepted and all that good stuff on Facebook. But if you're a Tri-5 guy, go check it out. Anyways, they like to joke around over there a lot about the hardtop versus sedan thing. I'm a sedan guy. For those guys that don't know, the sedan is this post here on the car. Hardtops, it doesn't exist. They're very cool cars as well, but I've always been a sedan guy, so I like to say that, you know, this is my 55. It's one of the good ones because it's got the post. Anyways, this car has been mine since 1988. Prior to that, it was my dad's car. Somehow I talked him out of it when I was in high school. I think I would have been a sophomore then. So it came when I got it from him, small block 327, 4-speed, 411 posi, just a driver. I think it was mostly orange, black hood, black fender, green fender. Car had been hit a couple times. It was in decent shape. But yeah, man, I just had a lot of fun in this car in high school. shortly after I bought it, I blew it up racing somebody down on the highway. I remember my dad was gone. I passed somebody on the highway or something, dropped her down into third gear and went flying past him. Being super, just kid, thought it was super cool. Drove home and realized, man, it's making kind of a funny noise, but I started up a few times to mess with it. I didn't know what I was doing. My dad finally got home. I went out and said, hey, Dad, the car's making a funny noise. I went out and started, and he's like, shut it off, shut it off. So I knew right then that it was bad. It spun a bearing, and flipping burgers for $3 an hour, it takes a long time to make $3 to put your engine back together. So the car, I used to get teased a lot in high school because I had this car sitting out in the driveway all torn apart. And anyways, it took me a year and a half or so, but I finally got her back on the road shortly before I graduated high school. And man, for the next couple of years, it was my only car. I mean, I drove it to work every day, back and forth between Montana and South Dakota where I was working. And yeah, it's always been here, always been part of the family. Maybe, I don't even know, I'm gonna guess like 10 years ago, maybe. It looked a little like this, or a lot like that. That's here in the Montana garage. You can see there's a lot less stuff on the walls at that point. So that was shortly, a lot less junk in here. That was shortly after I built the shop. My son, I don't know how old he was at that point, 6 or 7 years old maybe. He wanted to work on the car. I didn't really have any money to do the stuff I needed to do to make it better, so I decided, well, let's take it apart. And then we'll slowly, get the stuff we need and put it back together right. Like I said, that's been like 10 years ago, so here it is now. It's a long process, but again, this car ain't ever going nowhere. I am committed to finally getting it back together. And, this is kind of the current project on the channel. The latest video, I actually have a video almost done of kind of smoothing out the firewall. So we're doing that. It's got all new floors. Well, not all new floors. I think 3 pans that I had to replace. The trunk, had to replace all this stuff. I've mini tubbed it. A lot of you guys have seen the spring pocket video. So, that's part of this good stuff here. And the little pockets down here, Dan did that for his 56. I did it the easy way because my frame was laying here in the middle of the shop instead of up underneath my car. So there'll be a lot of content on the 55 coming up because this is what I'm trying to get back on the road. As you can see, it's a long ways away from being back on the road. But the good news is now I got a 57 I can drive while I'm working on it. So, until I get this back together more, the 57 will become not my daily driver, but my hot rod driver. So that is super cool. So yeah, that's the story of the 55. I'm not doing anything super fancy with it. I'm putting the same small block. It's a 327. By coincidence, I think my new 57 also has a 327. So small block 327, 4-speed. I still got the same original 411 posi. I'm going to upgrade the suspension a little bit. Probably like some Caltrac leaf spring suspension. So she'll probably hook a little better now. Maybe I'll destroy the rear end. Maybe I won't. But I'll leave her in there until I do. So that's where we're at with this. Trying to get the firewall finished. The bottom of the car, probably can't see it, but it's pretty well super clean. I'm ready to spray some undercoat under there and get the trunk sprayed and the firewall sprayed, and then we'll go back to getting the frame back together and hoping these two can get married back together soon, and I will actually drive this car this summer. I've said that for the last 5 summers, but it's gonna happen. The next project is the 57 Chevy sedan delivery. This car, for some reason, okay, I think I know the reason. I think it's because it's pretty damn cool. This car gets a lot of attention, when I post stuff about it, get a lot of comments, a lot of people really like this car. And again, this car has some history with me. I plan on, I'm gonna go into it briefly here, but I plan one of my upcoming videos is gonna be kind of like a complete history of this car as I know it. And I know quite a bit about it because this car belonged to my uncle, Uncle Gordy. And I have some pictures of him up here. He was a super cool cat. And, a huge reason why I'm a Tri-5 guy. Now, like I said, I got this car from my dad. So again, a huge reason why I'm a Tri-5 guy. My dad, my Uncle Gordy, and I have another uncle named Les. All those guys, they all had, you know, all these cool cars when I was growing up. And this was, you know, I'm a product of the 70s. So these things were, you know, almost like a dime a dozen back then. I mean, my dad's got pictures of all these cool Tri-5s he had. He's like, oh, I paid $50 for that one. I paid $150 for that one. And, you know, obviously we don't have that opportunity nowadays. But anyway, so my uncle, huge reason I'm a Tri-5 guy. When I was like in high school, a little after, I used to go over to his house. He lived with my grandparents because he had some medical issues his whole life. So he lived at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and I used to go over there. And my whole life, this car was sitting in that garage. And it's been through various states of, you know, different builds. And it's always kind of looked like this. But anyways, I used to go over there, and it was always just sitting there. It was just always part of my life, you know. And then when I got older and I got my own Tri-5, I'd go over there on the weekends, and he'd help me work on it. You know, he was a kind of a paint and body guy, so he was teaching me how to do that stuff. This car was always kind of torn apart, whatnot. The engine and the frame were kind of like my car. You know, the frame was together, the body was at somebody's shop. So it was just always part of my life. And he built it with this Hillborn injection system. It's a L88 427 big block Chevy, aluminum heads. He's got some fancy stuff on the inside. But this Hillborn injection unit, when he was working on the car and he didn't have it together, this thing was sitting in his bedroom on his dresser. I'd go over there and go in his room and watch cartoons, and that thing was there, and I'll never forget that, you know. So it's so cool. You know, a lot of people ask me, you know, why I built it like this and whatnot, and I didn't build it like this, you know. I just Gordy built it like this, and I'm just trying to honor him and do what he wanted. So I've had this car for since 2000. It looked a lot like that when I got it. So the motor was sitting there. It didn't run. He had it running at some point and drove it around the block, and then he had a head gasket leak, and he tore it all apart again and all the way back down to the frame. It's got these big fat tires on it. I can't even remember how wide they are right now, but well, here's the new ones that are going on there, so they're pretty darn wide. But he, you know, back in the old days, he was going to make this kind of a gasser style. So the quarter panel here was cut and the tires stuck way out, and I should have them out. I got some pictures of the various states, but like I say, I'll go through all that when I do a complete rundown of the car. But right now, as it sits, it runs, it drives. It's not like something you're going to run to the grocery store in. You know, I went to a car show like 8 miles away, and I ran out of gas on the way home. This thing uses some fuel, it makes some power, it makes some noise, and if you stick around long enough, you'll see a lot of content on this on the channel as well. I have a little list of stuff I want to do right here, kind of my roadkill style cardboard list, because this car is meant to be a drag car. You know, it's street legal, I drive it on the street, but it's built for the drag strip. So I have a few things I need to change. It wasn't really built for the drag strip. I mean, my uncle was more like a street racer type guy, so there's some things I got to change to get it to meet the, you know, the rules at the track and pass tech. So that's kind of, you know, what I also wanted to try to do this winter, because I would like to actually get this thing on the track someday. But yeah, let me know what you think about the 57 delivery. It's also kind of rare, you know, the delivery option or the delivery body style is not many of those around. A lot of people call it a Nomad or a Handyman, and all those things are different kinds of the same kind of car. But the delivery, what makes it a sedan delivery is this lift gate. On the wagons, this will fold down and this will lift up. This, as a sedan delivery, just is one lift gate. One of the things my uncle did is he shaved all the handles and stuff off here, so currently I can only open it from the inside. So I can't open it and show you how that works. But hey, Tri-5 Bob again. All right, so that's the two Tri-5s I have that I'm working on. I also have, if you go back in some of the other videos, you'll notice that there was a third car in here, over there in the corner. The 57 sat here because I was driving it in and out this summer some. I have a 69 Chevelle that is kind of in the wings waiting to have some work done on it, because, you know, guy can never have too many projects, right? I just recently moved that over to the house garage, and I don't know, it's kind of buried, so I'm not going to go over there. But the other thing we're working on is my son is almost 17. He got this car, or this pickup, also from my dad. So his grandpa, you know, handed this down to him. I took my driver's test in this truck, so another vehicle that we're working on that has history in our family. So it was pretty run down. My dad hadn't driven it for 6 or 7 years probably, and my son talked him out of it. We did the lift kit, and as you can see, we're currently trying to get some body work done on it. Hopefully we can get this thing all in one color for him soon. Although all of a sudden he says he's kind of interested in driving a 57 Chevy, so I'm sure we'll get the truck painted too. All right, so we got that to work on. We built this little mini bike. That was kind of fun. It's got some issues. We still got to fix that. And of course, now we have the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy to work on. So what are we going to do with that thing? Like I said, we have some plans for the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy, but before I talk about that, let's talk about the phone call. When in the car, getting notified from Dan. So most of you, I'm sure, have seen the DD Speed Shop episode where he draws the winner and he makes the phone call. If you haven't seen it, I'll try to figure out how to do what those YouTubers do and put a link down there or whatever. But anyways, go watch that if you haven't seen it. And you'll see they make a phone call to me and I don't answer, and then they kind of joke around about, man, why don't you answer your phone? Everybody's with their phone all the time. And that's true. Pretty much everybody is with their phone all the time now. But the reason I didn't answer is my son and I were on our way home from work that night, and we're working a little bit out of town, and there's a 25 mile section of road that goes through a canyon, steep canyon walls. You're going along a river, just a 2-lane highway, and there's no phone service, and there's also no other route through there. So if there's any reason the road gets closed or anything like that, you can't get through. So it was a wintry, snowy, icy kind of night, and there was an accident in the canyon, and we got stopped in a line of traffic, and we sat there for close to 2.5 hours. So right at the beginning of that, I'm assuming it's kind of when Dan had called me. And, you know, they got the accident cleared up. I never did really hear the details. Hopefully everybody was okay and all that stuff. We don't really know. But we sat there for a couple hours, drove a little bit further, got out of the canyon where the phone works. And I called my wife because, you know, we were due to be home. Like I said, the roads were slick and icy, and I figured she was probably worried about us. And so I called her and said, hey, we're okay. There was an accident. We're finally out of the canyon. And when I made the call, I noticed that I had a voicemail. So I clicked on the voicemail, and what do you know? It's Dan from DD Speed Shop. And I'm like, what the heck? It took me a second to register, but then I was like, I heard him say, you know, we drew your name or whatever. I can't remember exactly word for word, but then as soon as he said that, I knew what the heck was going on. I was like, I knew they were giving the 57 Chevy away. And I'm like, I was just like in utter disbelief. I was like, no way, no way. There's no way. And my son's sitting there and he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I was just, I'm sure I was just like smiling and, like I said, total disbelief. I gave him the phone, let him listen to it. Called my wife, told her about it, and I was like, man, I got to call Dan. And then my son's like, well, you know, maybe you should wait till we get home and call him so you can record the call and stuff. So we were only a few minutes from home, so we decided to do that. And I will try to insert that video here. All right, this is crazy. Right, Trey?
Yeah.
So just got home from work. It is, what is it, Tuesday night?
Yeah.
We were driving home from work and we got stuck in the canyon here south of town. There was an accident, so we were sitting in the truck for like 2.5 hours. I get out of the canyon, I got a voicemail that I decided to listen to. So here's the voicemail. I think.
Brad, it's Danny from DD Speed Shop. Hey man, we randomly picked your name, and the car is yours. So I don't know if you're not answering the out of town call there. There should be an email, dan@ddspshop.ca. My number came up there. I'm looking right now, so I can't just give it out there. I don't want any unsolicited pictures. Or hit me up on Instagram, man. We were talking on Instagram before. So yeah, that's awesome. Give me a call, man.
So it turns out I just won the 57 Chevy from DD's Speed Shop. That never happens.
No.
So anyways, I got to give Dan from DD's Speed Shop a call. And so I'm going to record that and see what happens here, I guess. International call charges. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
They're an hour later there, so I figure he's out in his garage working on his 56 probably. So far, no answer. Dan, this is Brad Morgan. Man, I'm sorry I missed you. I just got your message. That's pretty cool. Anyways, give me a buzz back at your convenience and we can talk about this. Man, thanks. I don't know what to say. Anyways, I got his voicemail, so I'll try to record whenever he calls back or when we touch base. All right, so I called Dan and he doesn't answer. And then I just, I'm just talking to my wife and my son, and I'm like, oh, this is so crazy, And then maybe just like a minute later, my phone rings. And my wife and I were joking last night because like I said, I was answering a bunch of comments, both on my stuff. And if you go to Dan's video where he draws the winner, he's got like, I don't know, 600 comments or something. And I read through all of them and I answered as many of them as I could. And there's several where, people, they call me a YouTuber. And I think I was joking around with my wife. I said, I've been called a lot of things, but I ain't never been called a YouTuber. But so I'm such a good YouTuber that I decided, I wanted to record Dan's call, my call with Dan. And so he didn't answer the phone. And then he calls right back. And then I'm trying to answer the phone. Or before I answered the phone, the phone's ringing, I know it's going to be him. I'm trying to get my damn GoPro turned on. And the phone rings like 5 times, and I'm trying to get the GoPro to come on. And, I'm just a little flustered, I guess. I finally got the GoPro on, and I swiped the phone call, and I'm just afraid I'm going to miss him. I hand the GoPro to my son, and he's looking at me, and he's like mouthing something to me, and I don't know what the hell I'm like, Dan's talking to me. Trey's trying to get me to do something, my son. And then I start going on with the call with Dan. And like I said, I'm such a good YouTuber and I wanted to record this call. I forgot to turn my damn phone on the speakerphone. So if you want to hear the call, I'll put a little bit of it at the beginning of this here, or right here. But Dan, it's going a lot better all of a sudden. No, I think it's pretty good news. That's crazy. Thank you. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never won nothing right here, but like I said, I'm such a good YouTuber. Didn't turn the speakerphone on, so you can't hear what the hell's going on. You guys already heard the other end of it from Dan, but anyways, it was just shock and awe, whatever. Utter disbelief. Turns out it's real. I won the car, and man, it was just, I don't know. It's been like a roller coaster ride ever since. So that brings me, I guess, to what are we going to do with the car? First thing I'm going to do is I'm getting a lot of comments, obviously, about you got to record when you go pick up the car, and man, I so wish I could just go to Dan and Danny's place and just pick up the car and just drive it home. I mean, Dan built it, it's going to make it, right? I mean, obviously there's no guarantees, these cars are old, but it's like a 14 hour drive for me. And that's how I'd like to do it. Obviously make a YouTube video of the journey. But that's not really possible right now. The border's closed because of all the COVID crap. So I've been communicating with Dan just briefly. We don't have anything set in stone yet, but we're probably going to work out something where he gets the car to the border and I take it from there. And then hopefully, you know, when all this stuff is all over, we can meet up at another time, you know, at a car show or something, and you know, actually meet in person, all that good stuff. So the first thing I got to do is figure out how to get the car here, and we'll get that handled here, you know, in the near future. And then what are we going to do with it? Well, like I said, I'm trying to work on that thing over there, and I'd like to have a hot rod to drive while I'm doing that. This one's not much of a daily driver, so I'm going to drive the wheels off of that thing first of all. I'm going to drive it and enjoy it, and my son's going to drive it, my daughter's going to drive it, and then also I'm going to, you know, I'm going to try to share it. I mean, I'm not like going to give it to somebody else, but I'm going to let, you know, for example, my dad, another huge reason why I'm Tri-5 guy, he's got a 57 Chevy also that he's working on, but he can't drive his right now. So, you know, I'm going to say, hey, Dad, take the DD Speed Shop 57 for a couple weeks, enjoy it. I got a buddy in Billings that's a big car guy, and he hasn't been able to drive his car for a while. Hey, Brian, take the DD Speed Shop 57, take the kids to ice cream, go to a car show, have fun. You know, those are just a couple examples, but I'm going to let other people experience the car and just enjoy being behind the wheel of a 57 Chevy. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I feel kind of bad that I have all this stuff and other people don't, but I'm going to do my best, you know, to make sure other people can enjoy it, because these cars are meant to be enjoyed and driven. Then after I drive it and share it, I want to obviously put my spin on it. You know, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. I'm not a big four-door guy, you know, and I don't think Dan's going to be mad at me for saying that. Obviously, he's a two-door guy also. He did his other cars, and he talked about doing that one, so that might be something I'd take on, or it might not be. I don't know, I might leave it. I guess what we're going to do as far as how I'm going to build the car is still kind of up in the air. But I'd like to hear, obviously, what you guys think, too. So let me know, what should I do with the car other than drive the wheels off it, use it, enjoy it, let other people use it? Well, how should we build it? I'm leaning towards two-door conversion just because I'm more of a two-door guy, and I've said multiple times I want to, you know, take on one of those projects. So, hey, I got an opportunity to do it. And then beyond that, again, nothing's set in stone, but I'd like to find a way to, you know, what do they say, pay it forward. So there may or may not be an opportunity for somebody else to enjoy the car in the future. Again, I'm talking to Dan about a couple ideas. I don't have anything set in stone that I can really announce yet, but you know, follow along, and you know, there might be another lucky winner down the road someday. And as far as that goes too, I would like to you know, keep people interested in the build. You know, I got my other builds here, but obviously people are going to be interested in the DD Speed Shop 57 build. So, you know, I'm still working on some details. I got some people that have kind of supported me already. K&N up there, they've hopped on board with Montana Garage already and supported me. My good buddies over here at Tri-5 Mob, you know, they've supported me a little bit. So I'm gonna say right now that, like I said, I bet I'm at 1,000 subscribers right now. I want to do like a mini giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. I don't know the details of that yet. It's not going to be a 57 Chevy, but it might be a K&N filter. It might be some Tri-5 Mob gear. It might be something from Dan over DD Speed Shop, or it might just be something that I decided at the time. You know, hats, T-shirts. Anyways, I want to support people for supporting me. So if anybody's out there and they want to support us, you know, and donate to the cause that way, that's cool. If not, I'm not asking for donations, I guess. I want to give back to the people that are coming and watching this stuff. So once we get to 5,000, we'll have some sort of small giveaway. And then, who knows, maybe someday we give away that 57 Chevy. More details to come. Thanks for watching.